What powers did the Dwarven Rings grant to the dwarves? Have you ever wondered what powers the Dwarven Rings granted to their bearers? The Dwarven Rings were crafted as part of the Rings of Power, influenced by Sauron. These rings were intended to bestow great abilities upon the dwarves, but they also had a darker purpose. They were given to the leaders of the 7 dwarf clans, setting the stage for both prosperity and conflict. At their essence, the Dwarven Rings enhanced wealth and prosperity. They made the dwarves more adept at mining and crafting. This ability allowed them to discover and multiply precious metals and gems. As a result, the dwarves created what became known as the Seven Hoards, vast treasures that became legendary throughout Middle-earth. Unlike the rings given to men, the Dwarven Rings did not grant invisibility or extend life. Instead, they amplified the natural traits of the dwarves. The rings fueled ambition and greed, pushing the dwarf lords to seek even greater riches. This insatiable desire for wealth eventually attracted dragons and other threats, as these hoards became prime targets for those wanting to claim them. Sauron had a plan to control the dwarf lords through these rings, but the dwarves proved resistant to his direct influence. Instead of becoming enslaved like the Nazgul, they were corrupted by their own desires. This led to internal conflicts, loss, and tragedy within their clans. In practical terms, the Dwarven Rings allowed their wearers to find hidden treasures, craft exceptional items, and gather immense wealth. However, this power came with a cost. The rings heightened greed and anger, making the dwarf lords more vulnerable to outside threats. While they could not directly dominate others, the rings did make the dwarves more susceptible to their darker impulses. From the perspective of the lore surrounding the Lord of the Rings, the Dwarven Rings serve as a reminder of how power can lead to corruption, even among the strongest peoples. They played a significant role in shaping the history of the dwarves, influencing their fortunes and misfortunes as they pursued the riches of Middle-earth.